Hey, it's iCkEdMeL. Welcome back to the channel and thank you for stopping by. We're going to be watching the Ezat conversation I had with him last night. I edited it, chopped it up, put it together, and it was great. Thank you for coming on. And if you missed the first conversation that I had with Ezat, it was on a previous live stream. I'll put the link in the description below with the timestamp of 40 minutes. The first conversation was great. This time I actually got to see him on video and he expounded on some of the details and questions that people were wondering. For those that don't know, Ezat is an associate of Lina's father, the girl that's missing in Texas, San Antonio. Okay, thank you so much for coming on. And
You're
how do
welcome,
you say
sir.
your name again? It's Ezat or
That is Izat.
Ezat? Ezat. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
EZAT.
Easy AT. Okay, and what did you want to like clarify and clear?
Also, there are like a lot of some misconceptions, or we can say like conspiracy theories or
Right.
speculations. Yeah. So I just wanted to clarify those speculations. Speculation number one is, which is like so crazy. That is in regard to child bride.
Child bride?
Child, yeah. It means that in some of the Eastern cultures, a Westerner believes, that they sell their girls and their daughters.
I've heard that. I've seen that in the comments. They keep talking about that, asking about it.
Yeah, which is not the case. I mean, there are isolated events that can take place anywhere in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is not possible because if that was the case, then why the family moved to the US in the first place? Miss Lina and her family, they are not American citizens. They are American residents. It means the US doesn't have to do anything with them.
Hmm.
If they disappear, if they go back to Afghanistan, if the girl is sold, it is not the responsibility of the US government to ask them where is the girl because she is not a
Hmm.
citizen. She is
Okay.
only a permanent resident. So if the dad was supposed to sell her, he would have taken tickets, go back to Afghanistan, complete the transaction, and would come back either him or with his wife. So that is totally insane. That is
Okay.
totally illogical.
Right.
Like I suppose if I am a permanent resident, I can go back to Afghanistan and I can disappear, and the US government will not ask about me
Mm.
because I am a resident, I am not a citizen. The government is only responsible for its citizens. So why would someone bring the family here just to make a transaction that they can do it back in Afghanistan?
Right.
That is point number one. Point number two, in regard to the age. So I explained one side of the age. I will explain the other side of the age as well.
Okay.
Some immigrants, especially those immigrants who do not have birth certificates in their countries, they would register their children younger for the sake of taking child welfare,
Right. Okay.
the child support money. So if a girl is 6 and if you register it free, it means you can take the welfare, the child support money for a longer period of time.
Mm. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I see
So
what you're saying.
yeah. And also like the other point in the US, the family homicide mainly takes place for three reasons. One is the insurance money. The second one is like the a divorce issue.
Mm.
And the third one is the child custody. If you take the statistics of the
Absolutely.
US, there will be like cases of maybe the wife is killing her husband or her husband is killing the wife. That would usually or mainly be for three reasons: insurance, child custody, or divorce or marriage issues. In Afghanistan, marriage is a one time event.
Mm.
You married someone, that's it. You
That's it.
cannot divorce her. Back in Afghanistan, you can take second wife, third wife, but that is not possible in the US. In Afghanistan, the family homicide is usually for one reason, and that is not common. That is like some isolated events happen there as well as in the West, and that is honor killing.
Mm.
But in the honor killing, a girl is usually about 18 or 20. She is not a kid.
Okay.
Like, I will
So
give you an
what is the honor
example.
killing? What is the
Honor killing is not common, sorry. Honor killing takes place in the Muslim community. It is the girl is considered the honor of the family,
okay?
and the girl has to obey the parents and what the parents want. But that is not common with all the Muslim families, maybe 5%, maybe 3%. That is not the norm. But these are the events that have taken place in the Muslim communities, even in the West, and they have taken place in the Eastern world, but that is not the norm. So what
Okay.
will happen? Suppose if a girl is going, suppose if a girl flees her home and run away with a boy. So that is, it means the girl is dishonoring the family, her
Mm.
dad, her brothers, and then the dad may kill her. And if you see, Google some of the cases that have taken place in Canada, US, UK, you can just type one case took place. I believe that was a family from the Middle East in which the father killed two daughters because those two daughters they had their own American boyfriends,
Okay.
and that guy was a fugitive for 10 years, and they caught him like a couple of years ago here in Texas. But in those cases, a girl is
Older,
not
right?
older. She is
Older.
18, she is 20, she is 22. She is not a kid. So this honor killing is also not like in question in this case because the girl is a kid. And the GoFundMe.
Okay,
So
good. Yeah.
yeah, this guy is a truck driver. It
The
means he
father.
survives. He lives on the weekly paychecks. And now that his daughter is missing, he is not going to job. It means he doesn't have anything, no money to support his family. But that advice, whoever gave that advice to him, was a stupid person.
To start the
First,
GoFundMe.
first, there are organizations. There is the Islamic Center. Even in these kind of circumstances, church can help you.
Mm.
There are a lot of other organizations. If they come to know that, okay, this guy, his daughter is missing, uh, and he do not go to his job. I believe he left his job. So they
Okay.
would have supported him. But then like there are stupid people, and this guy is not like too he is not educated. So
Mm.
maybe he has listened to someone, to some stupid guy. And then even if you're making like a GoFundMe, set a limit, a realistic limit,
Right.
1,500,
Right. Right.
2,005, not 50,000, because that amount will create a lot of speculations.
Right. I think people were kind of looking at it. I think there should be a little bit. He should put that too. If there's like a job thing or whatever it is, it should put that in there. Hey, I'm not working anymore because of this and that, and that might make people feel more comfortable too.
Now the problem is like this guy is not. He understands English. I mean, he can speak English as well, but
Okay.
not very well to be able to communicate with the media, organizations, and even the authorities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
And
did Lena, does she speak any English or just
no, just
okay?
Pashto,
Or so.
Pashto, which is her native language.
Oh,
Um, and she is five. She has one younger brother who may be three or
she's actually
something.
5. That's her. That's her.
Yeah, she is 5. Uh, and these were the points that I need to clarify. If you have any kind of questions, you can
Yeah.
ask me.
Okay, great. Thanks, man. And I appreciate you again. Vic was wondering, and I saw a couple people asking, the vigil, and they were saying, is it customary for the woman not to be around during the interviews because they're saying they haven't seen mom? And I know you kind of spoke about that the first time a bit, but maybe you can touch on it
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Okay, so this guy is from my province,
Mm,
Paktia. Paktia province is one of the remotest provinces in Afghanistan. And these people hold so conservative values.
mm,
I mean, asking his wife to come on camera would be similar to asking a nun in a church to
mm.
wear a bikini. Yeah.
Right.
So that is impossible for her, even if the husband, and then like she doesn't know English. She
Okay.
cannot communicate. She is not educated. What will she do on camera? She has given interviews to the authorities, and I believe that is more than enough. And these
Okay.
people, like in Afghanistan, these people, there is a huge gender segregation, and that is the reality of that country. That country is not America. When you think of that woman, Lina's mother, just think of 5th century Europe's woman,
Okay.
5th century,
Wow.
1500 years ago, a European woman. Just think that way.
Wow.
And then, like, even among the friends, when there is congregation, men, they congregate separately, women congregate separately. And do not expect that these people will assimilate. No, their next generation, they will assimilate to 80, 90%, and then the second generation.
Okay.
Yeah, but then we need to, we need to be realistic. If you go to Afghanistan, I believe like you will not be able to assimilate in Afghanistan either.
Right. Probably be tough. Pretty, yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Even,
Yeah. I
yeah,
probably so. Yeah.
like I will tell you, even educated people, when they come to the US from other countries, even for them, it's impossible to fully assimilate in the US culture. And you know about the mistrust and between the different groups in the US.
Right. Right. Oh
Even
yeah.
today, white
Mm-hmm.
people, they have mistrust of black people have mistrust of police and white people, and then Mexican people, and then
Yep.
Muslim people from the Middle East. So the isolation, the segregation of these different groups is a reality even today. But then the thing is, we can just close our eyes and we can say everything is good, or we can say like things realistically.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Why did they flee? Like what was going on in Afghanistan at the time?
Okay. So in Afghanistan, those people, okay, yeah, this is also a very valid point. These people, whoever the Afghan immigrants, whoever are here in the US, they are the people who haven't committed any crimes in Afghanistan. Those are the people who didn't have any kind of association or affiliation with the Taliban, with the Mujahideen, with the Soviet Union government.
Right.
So they come to the US after a lengthy probe, a lengthy probe. They will go into your childhood. Who were your friends?
Mm.
Where were you living? What were you doing? All the way from the childhood till today, they will probe everything and then they will give you a visa. So almost all of the people, Afghan immigrants who are now in the US, they were somehow connected. They were somehow connected to the US, either the US civilian government or the US military. in one aspect or another. Maybe some of them were translators, some of them were just working with them in a civilian capacity, but in some capacity they were working with the US government. Now I will tell you this. Afghanistan was such a feasible place for committing crimes. Now those people, whoever migrated to the US, those people didn't commit any crime in Afghanistan. How will they commit a crime in the US? And the
Right.
other thing is, if you are a born American, even not through naturalization, but a born American, if you commit a felony, you will serve your prison time and then you will come back to the society. It is not the case with the immigrants.
Oh.
If an immigrant commit a serious crime, which could be like a misdemeanor, a serious misdemeanor, or which can be a felony, they will serve the prison time and then they will be deported back to their country or another country.
Mm.
So these people,
Right. Right.
if you go and see the statistics, these people are not in the US to commit crimes. These people are in the US after the American dream, to give their children a better life. If you see the statistics, you will find the Afghan uh, people from Pakistan, Middle East, and India. They will be the ones who have committed fewer crimes because they have the fear of deportation.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I'm 100% sure, and whenever like I go to platform like yours, for which I am so thankful that you
Oh,
are
thank
doing
you, man. We
such a
appreciate you.
noble thing, when I go to these kind of platforms, I believe the members should be there to work for decreasing crime, decreasing hatred, and not speculating
Mm.
about certain things, certain groups.
Right. Right.
But if you are doing the opposite, you're not helping the crime to decrease. You are, in fact, helping it to increase, because with more mistrust, with more misunderstanding, with more distance between various groups, there can be more problems.
Another thing I was kind of wondering, were there witness? Do you know if there were witnesses at the playground that saw Lina at the playground? Like, were they just kids? Were there adults? Have they said anything about that? Like rumors or anything?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I called one of my acquaintances at that community complex.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows anything. So the
Okay.
thing is with these Afghan families, because in Afghanistan, if you go in Google like Afghan kids playing with American soldiers,
Mm.
you will realize how they live over there. In Afghanistan, a village raises up a child, a
Right.
village. So it means that it doesn't mean that parents are irresponsible. It means that the responsibility is of the parents, of the extended family members, and of the community at large. So if you see like those videos, you will just have like a sense of how these people live over there. So I believe, that the mom may have been absent. She may have thought that, okay, another mom from the Afghan
Right.
community would be there. But someone has snatched this little girl. That can be a maintenance worker, that can be a DoorDash delivery driver, that can be an Amazon delivery driver, that can be a pedophile, that can be someone, a child molester or sex offender. And now that you saw like the apartment complex, there are a lot of ways to go in and out.
Right.
Yeah.
The mom was pregnant, right? I believe they said
Yes.
that. She was pregnant. Okay.
She is 3 months
Three
pregnant, I
months
believe.
pregnant. Okay. And she
Yeah.
doesn't work, I guess? I guess
No,
not.
she doesn't work.
Right, right.
She doesn't. Okay, one other thing, like someone, I saw that in the comments as well. Someone was saying that why she didn't assimilate. So for the assimilation, there are a lot of barriers. Language, if you do not know the language, it means you do not have a driver's license. If you do not have a driver's license, you cannot go places, and a
Right.
lot of, and then education as well. And there is one other thing uh, for your American audience, that you are American. You have education, you have stability, you have access to information technology. When I expect something from humanity, my expectation from American is more than my own people,
Mm.
because my own people have suffered for 50 years in war. If you take a normal American and put him in Afghanistan for 5 years, he will come with post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety disorder, depression disorder, and a lot of other things.
Wow.
But because we have so much used to that kind of situation and circumstances, I'm thankful, that we are still alive, we are still contributing to humanity, to the American economy.
I'm sorry because I got my daughter here in the background. So sorry about that. Um, let's see if there's anything else, man. I appreciate you so much. Oh, did you hear anything about any surveillance video? Have any nobody's seen her that you heard of, I guess, huh?
No, if there is a surveillance video or
They
if
wouldn't
there is a
tell.
suspect,
Yeah.
anything, the police, the FBI will not make it public.
Right, right.
They will not make it public. They may have suspects.
Right. And why do you think this is what I meant to ask you? Why do you think that the police are saying that they don't she's still just a missing person? They haven't they're not looking at it as an abduction.
Okay. Yeah, that is because, so they have their own criteria. Unless they have a suspect person or a suspect vehicle, they cannot promote it to an abduction. But then the thing is, abduction and missing person are kind of the same. But the only difference is in the abduction, now they have a vehicle, suspect vehicle, and a person.
Right.
And then they can give that information that, okay, we are looking for this person. They may just like draw the sketch, his appearance, whatever, and the car. Okay, this kind of car, this color, this model. Now that the cops, I'm not talking about FBI, because FBI, they have their own procedures. The police, if they do not have that information, they cannot promote the case into the abduction category.
Right.
But abduction and missing person, both are treated almost the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also another quick little thing. There was somebody in the chat, or somebody was saying there was like another GoFundMe by somebody else. Have you heard of any other GoFundMe, or it's just the one, like the
No,
father?
this is the only one,
Right. That's what I said.
and that is a legitimate one.
Okay.
But because this person is not so well educated, and also the Afghan community here in the US who have migrated from Afghanistan recently, they do not know the sensitivity of an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do they have any other family here?
No.
Lina. Oh, that's it. Okay.
No. The extended family, all of them are back in Afghanistan.
Okay.
So it means no one had a grudge on the
Right.
family.
Right. Okay.
And also, if there was a grudge, that person or that family would have settled the grudge in Afghanistan, not in the US.
Okay.
Yeah, because the consequences are far more in the US than in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, no one will come to know what happened, who did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to. What I'll do is, I'll edit the video, put it together, and I'll have people, if they have any other questions, they can like post it in the comment section, and then maybe I can ask you, or maybe we could just have you back on, and we can talk about it again. But I appreciate the clarification and the time that you took to come on, man.
Thank you so much, and thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for whatever noble cause you are working. Thank you.
Thank you, man. All right,
I
take care.
hope I'm I hope I'm clear enough, you know.
Yes, no, you're good. Very good, man.
I
Thank you.
can I cannot change my accent.
No, you're very good, man. Well spoken. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Just a few things that I wanted to add to the ending of this. By the way, again, thank you, Ezat, for coming on. Thank you for people on Discord like Vic, Bridget, Wolf, Mickey last night that had the chance to contribute some of the questions. One of the things that I've seen people asking, I think on Discord and also on the comment section of last night's live stream, is this picture that was posted where you see Lina in the red dress, and it's been stated that this is what she was last wearing. Okay, now people were questioning, okay, but this dress in the background looks like this was from when she was in Afghanistan. Why would the dress still fit? What's going on with that? Some people were wondering. And so I DM'd Ezat, and Ezat said, Lina came after her dad came in 2019. I believe she came in mid 2020. That is what I heard from my Afghan friends. Hasn't confirmed it from him though. Like, I guess like the father. So that's what they believe. I've also saw some people saying that sometimes people buy clothes bigger than they are so it lasts longer. So I don't know. Hopefully that kind of gives a little bit of an answer to the people that are wondering about that. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, subscribe, turn on the bell, make sure you hit all notifications. I'd appreciate that. Take care of yourselves and peace.